Welch, a political analyst, joining us via Skype from Boston, is joining us on his Bulletin at the moment. So I'm going to go back to the topic of the Human Rights Watch, where they said that the Ukrainian army had been targeting civilians with GRAD missiles. Has this report in any way surprised you?
Only in the fact that Human Rights Watch made it, I guess. They're always late to the party and they always blame the wrong people. And they often serve as basically a shill for empire. What I see is that is surprising is that they were finally forced to come out and make this report. Anyone who's been watching, anyone who has friends and contacts in the area has been watching live, continuous updates on YouTube and every other imaginable source of Kiev pummeling citizens, killing its people in the east for months. And it is unconscionable and disgraceful that it took a bought-off agency like Human Rights Watch 2 months to come to this conclusion.
And as you've been saying, this has been going on for a few months. So
yes.
You've considered a violation of international law. As the case, do we expect any of the international bodies and international communities to speak out against what the Ukrainian government is doing?
Unfortunately, sadly, no. I think that the top story that you cited was the El-Quds Day protests and the enormous international pressure that is becoming to bear on behalf of the Palestinian people. And no such mobilization is happening on behalf of the people of Donbass. This is not by accident. It's a war crime by design. They are trying to ethnically cleanse and terrorize the whole eastern section of the country, and they're getting away with it largely because the international community is paying for it and backing them up.
What about the resignation of do you think it's because of the reasons that he claimed, because of the financing and the energy, or do you think it's because he feels that they can't actually take control of Donetsk and they can't achieve the aims that the government actually wants to in taking control of the whole area?
Well, I think it's a couple things. I think nothing in Ukraine is as it seems. You have to always look underneath the veil, so to speak. And this is just as likely to be just a parliamentary reboot. These are, Poroshenko can't maneuver because he has no active party in parliament. And so if you have new elections, having banned the Communist Party, having banned the Party of Regions, basically if you outlaw your opponents and then dissolve the government and call for new elections, it's not necessarily a statement of weakness. It's a statement of consolidation and an attempt to control power even more significantly going forward.
So could this then actually strengthen the Svoboda party then?
Yes, except that he's right about the situation on the ground. The financing for the army is taking massive, massive losses, facing massive desertions, committing massive war crimes. It is an unbridled nightmare. As much as it is for the people of Donbass and Novorossiya, it also is for the junta, who cannot seem to get a grip on this because they're just plain wrong, and history is not on their side, and time is not on their side.
He's saying time is not on their side. Do we expect the army then to actually start falling apart if this continues without really any sort of success?
Well, it is falling apart. There are reports of this third mobilization having come up empty. There are reports of villages across western Ukraine being empty because the men are hiding in the woods during the day to avoid recruitment. There are blockades of recruitment centers in western Ukraine. It is a massive failure that is hidden from the public eye. The question is, it's a question of attrition. Do they have enough cannon fodder and enough time to outlast this and crush the rebellion before it gains a foothold? Time isn't on their side, but in the short run, they have massive military superiority, and so what they're gambling on, what Poroshenko said at his inauguration, was hours, not weeks. And that's, of course, come to fail as well. And so that's why I continue to say time isn't on their side.
Much appreciated service of Daniel Patrick Welch joining us via Skype from Boston.
Thanks for having me.
Now, the remains of victims